Hey everybody, how's everybody doing? That you're feeling well today. Listen. What is today? Today is Thursday. It's a wonderful day. It's a beautiful day. But what day is it? It is Better Podcast with yours truly, DNP Speaks. Listen, thank you so much for joining us tonight. Tonight is going to be a little different. You see, I'm not at my other desk. I decided I want to sit down. I want to talk to you. I want you to get what I'm saying from all my social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram. I said, I said Instagram, and YouTube. Thank you so much for spending time with me. It's going to be a wonderful podcast tonight. I need you guys to do me a favor. Please share this with someone. I want somebody to be not just inspired, but I want somebody to be empowered on tonight because it's going to be a great podcast. And I have some things to just show you in the middle of this podcast, just to encourage you and just to let you know that what I'm working on for you and yours. So again, welcome to Better Podcast with yours truly, DNP Speaks. If you don't know who I am, if this is your first time, let me introduce myself. My name is David M. Pinkston, but I go by the name of DNP Speaks. I am a motivational empowerment speaker. I'm also a family restoration specialist. Now, what does that mean? I help restore families together. That's exactly what I do. I believe in bringing families together. That's what my expertise is in. That's where all my thought and everything that I do is in, because we know that families are dealing with a lot, right? A lot of families. I don't care if you have money, you're prestigious, or you don't have it. A lot of families are struggling. So I'm here to help you be the best person that you can be, not just for yourself, but for your family. So tonight we're talking about regaining your inner strength. I need you guys to share this with someone, because somebody needs not just what I have. I want somebody to be able to really grasp this and see how they can apply it to their lives. I need you to share this with someone. Share this live. Share this particular podcast with someone that you know that needs to get their inner strength. They need to regain their inner strength. They need to regain their voice. Now, if we can just admit, some of us individually, family relationships, those ones that are go-getters, the ones that seem like things never bother them, their lives are being tampered with. If we can be honest, a lot of us are being tampered with a lot of situations. Some of our lives are being played with like jigsaw puzzles. We have went through so much, y'all. I can't even. I probably won't even know how much things you have been through, right? But everybody is dealing with something. I don't care if you're on TV. I don't care if you have this podcast in the world. Everybody's dealing with something, right? You're going through something in your present. You're going through something from your past, right? You find yourself again putting everybody else before you. I understand if you're a parent, but you also have to get yourself right, because that's important. And I'm going to say this, and I might get in trouble a little bit, and that's fine. You have to make yourself a priority too. Even if you're not the main priority, you got to make yourself a priority. You got to find yourself to be that priority, because if you don't make yourself a priority, how can somebody else? If you don't make your relationship with your husband and wife a priority, who's going to make it for you? If you don't make your children and your spouse a priority, who else is going to make a priority? But we're talking about gaining your inner strength, because when you have found your inner strength, then that's what you can share with your family. That's what you can hand down as truth and great, not just great words, but you pass down, like, okay, for instance, my father has given me, God bless that, he has given me so much strength, so much inner strength. My mom has did the same thing. My sister has did the same thing. Different ones in my life have given me this inner strength. But I had to take those pieces because it was a part of them and make who I am and still be my authentic self. See, sometimes we can be so trodden down, so much downtrodden by things that have occurred in our lives that we find ourselves losing our inner strength. All of you have some kind of inner strength. But if you don't know how to get it back, if you don't even know that it's gone, that's the issue. We have to find the inner strength. A lot of us, if we can be honest, a lot of us are dealing with some, not just marital, we're dealing with some trouble in our families. We are absolutely dealing with some troubles in our families, and it is almost taking your breath away. It's putting so much pressure on you. But because it's putting pressure on you, you still got to find your inner peace, your inner strength to deal with the daily things, the daily situations, the daily problems, the daily anxiety, the daily this and that. You got to find it because you got to keep fighting. Whether you believe it or not, you have the inner strength that has not been duplicated because you're only one person, right? You can only do as much as you can. Sometimes I used to feel like if I didn't do this and I didn't do that for my family, I wasn't good enough. So I had to go find my own inner strength and find out what I'm doing is enough. What I'm doing is helping my family. What I'm doing, I'm helping them help myself, but I have to help myself first. Some of you are dealing with some empty spaces in your life. You're feeling like you're feeling empty. That's the word that comes to mind. You're feeling empty because you haven't really looked inside yourself and find the inner strength that you have not used, you have not utilized. You got to use the inner strength that you have because it's there. Sometimes when we go through things, we feel like we can't make it because we don't feel like we have what it takes to overcome this obstacle, this situation, but we have everything that we need inside of us. Inner strength is all when all else fails. This is what I defined inner strength to be. Inner strength is when all else fails, you keep going, you keep pushing, you keep striving, you find your sweet spot. You're resilient. When you feel like you don't have it, or you don't have that energy, you don't have that power like you should. You have it, but sometimes it can be covered up. But I'm encouraging you in this podcast tonight that no matter what people say to you, no matter what you are dealing with right now in your life, I need you to go regain your inner strength because you're going to need it. Life is already tough. Life is already tough. Y'all hear what I'm saying? I want to pause for a moment. Do you understand what I mean? Because I don't want to go too fast because I really want you guys to get what I'm saying. Hey, everybody, what's going on? Pastor Tanya, what's going on? I need y'all to share this because this is where it's at. A lot of people have lost their inner strength. They have lost it. Let me ask you a question. Have you lost some strength toward the end of the year? Have you lost some strength in the beginning of the year? We're only 19 days in. But you got to regain your strength. Y'all hear what I'm saying? Y'all hear what I'm saying? You hear what I'm saying, Pastor Time? We got to regain our strength to quell my sister Chanel. We got to gain our strength. This is the only way that we're going to make it. This is how we make it. We got to gain our strength back. We got to gain our happiness back. What's up, John? What's up, Pearson? I'm trying to tell you, you got to get something back, and that's inner strength. When I lost my sister, and I know I say this a lot, but this is just what I'm dealing with, y'all. If we could be honest. When I lost my sister, I had to find my inner strength because I didn't know if I had it or not. I didn't know if I really honestly had enough of strength to pick out the casket, right? Pick out her clothes, get her all dialed up. I had to go in her house and pick out her favorite earrings to put on her body. And I'm only saying this just to kind of just open it up because I had to go inside of myself because I couldn't find it anywhere else. And I had to find my inner strength. Because when I found my inner strength, I found that I can do anything. And I want to let you know, you can do anything if you put your mind to it. Your kids getting on your nerves, you having a big rift with your son, y'all not getting along, right? We all been there. Your daughter, she talking to you any kind of way. She's saying this and she's saying that. You seem like you can't find a happy ground. You can't find a middle ground, and you're just constantly arguing. That inner strength that you have, instead of going off on her and yelling and screaming, and you probably already done it, but to continue to do that because it's taking so much out of you. You say, okay, well, I understand you're upset, but what can we talk? Because we're doing a lot of yelling. Can we talk? We don't talk enough. I don't want to go off a tangent, but we don't talk enough to our kids. And I'm being honest. I had to learn how to talk to my son because I wasn't really talking to him. I was talking at him. So that's another thing for another day. But even when it comes to when a relationship seems to fail, when you feel like you don't like yourself, you got to look inside yourself. You have to have a mental resistance to this doubt, this fear, this anxiety that you're dealing with. That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. You got to confront whatever is trying to take your inner strength, your inner peace. Life is tough. Can it be tough? It's tough a lot of times. You got money troubles. You got a lot of things going on in your life, and you're trying to figure out, how am I going to make it? You got to have some inner strength. When I laid my sister to rest, I didn't know if I was going to make it or not, but I made it because I used my inner strength. I found that I had enough. And I want to let you know you got enough. Whether you believe it or not, you have enough. So I'm going to pause here. We're going to do a recap of what we talked about already. But I want you to just take a minute. I want to show you what I'm working on. If you know somebody that needs this product, if you know somebody that really needs this information, I want you to inbox me or tell them, or you share this on your page, because this is what it's about. Getting the inner strength. We're talking about getting the inner strength, regaining your inner strength. I want you guys to watch this. All right, we're back. We're back. So I hope that information found you making a change for you, not just you, but for your family. So let's just recap for really quick. So we're talking about regaining your inner strength. That's what we're talking about, right? You got to find a way to regain your strength, regain your power, regain who you used to be. That's what we're talking about, and making yourself a priority and not allowing your current circumstances to continue to downtrodden you, downtrodden your mind, downtrodden your relationships, downtrodden your relationships with your children, with your family. What I did, I gave a definition for inner strength. Inner strength is when all else fails, you keep going, you keep pushing, you find your resilience, you find your sweet spot. One thing I want to give you for the next few moments, I want to show you how you can regain strength, because we could talk about how to regain it and how you feel and you got to push yourself and all this stuff. I want to give you just 3 principles. That's all I want to do. I want to give you these 3 principles before we get out of here. And I want you to share this with someone, because I feel like these 3 will help you get and regain your inner strength. The first one is finding peace when things are tough. You have to find your peace. If you don't find your peace, everybody, I'll say it again, if you don't find your inner peace when things are tough, mentally, everything that you're dealing with, it's going to take over you. It's going to overtake you. You got to find your peace, a peace that surpasses your own personal understanding, as the Bible says. You got to find peace. Even if you don't have peace in your home right now, if you don't have peace on your job, if you don't have peace in your relationship, you got to find that peace. That peace is going to give you the inner strength that you need to deal with the most difficult times of your life. You got to find the inner peace, and you got to have that balance. You got to have that balance when it comes to peace, because trouble will try to overtake you, right? You got to find that peace that's going to help you. You got to find that peace that's going to push you. You got to find that peace that's going to motivate you. But you got to find that peace that's going to help you get to this next level in your life. You got to find peace. Sometimes finding peace is just going away for a little bit, closing and shutting the phone off, finding your way to better, finding your way. So you got to find peace when things are tough. Number two, you have to train your mind, your mental self, to think in a better way. What am I saying to you? You got to train your thoughts, so when trouble does come, that you don't react the same way that you did before. That's why your peace is not there. That's why your inner peace is not there, because you have trained your mind. You have trained yourself, with a better phrase, to react to the same way that you have reacted time in and time out. You got to retrain your mind. You got to retrain your mental capacity to think better, to choose better, and one of the biggest things, to react better. Because if you continue to react the same way that you have been, then you make it a habit. And a lot of our habits are not good for us. A lot of the habits that we do is not helping us. So I want to know what you think about this before I get to the third one. What do you think about this, everybody? I want you to put it in the comment section. Even if you're not able to get on this particular live, you can listen on the replay. And I still would like to know what you think about tonight's podcast, because It's not about what I want. I want to help you become the best version that you can be for you and your family. I want you to put it in the comments if you enjoyed this, if you feel that these 2 points are helping you, because this is where it's at. The true help, the true change, the true making it about face. That's what it's all about. The last one is get to know yourself inwardly. You got to spend some time with yourself. If you have not spent some time with yourself, the time is to do it now. You got to spend some time with you. You got to spend some time with yourself to know yourself. You got to find some inner strength. And if you want to find that inner strength, you got to get to know you. You got to know your triggers. Hello, somebody. You have to know your triggers. My brother, my sister, again, you got to know your triggers. You got to know what's going to work for you and not what's not going to work for you. You got to know your boundaries. As my pastor talks about last night in Bible study. You got to know your boundaries. And if you don't know your boundaries, if you don't know what's going to make you tick, if you don't know if somebody says something or they're in your space and you don't know yourself, then you're going to corrupt yourself. I say it again. If you don't know yourself, you're going to mess up yourself. So let me repeat as we get out of here. Number one is finding your peace when things are tough. Number two, you have to train your mind to think in a better way, to make better choices. Because let's be honest, some of our choices that we make for ourselves haven't really been good because we don't know ourselves. We haven't spent enough time to know who we are. And number three, get to know yourself inwardly. Yourself. When you know yourself, you can change. When you know yourself, you can excel. When you know yourself, you become more happier with yourself. That inner peace, that inner strength comes out. And there, when all chaos, when all hell is breaking loose, and it's not a sigh of, oh my God. It's a sigh of, oh my God, the peace. Oh my God. I feel so much better because I took my time to think about before I wanted to tell her off. I wanted to tell him off. I wanted to tell them my piece of my mind. I wanted to give my piece of my mind to that person. I did. When I wanted to continue to argue with my child or my spouse, I didn't do it because I have inner strength. I have inner peace. That's what it's all about. So guys, thank you so much for your time. Share this with someone. I want my podcast to be more interactive. I don't want to just talk at you. And if I have talked at you, it's just because I'm just trying to encourage you and trying to empower you. But I want this podcast to not just blow up because of the numbers. I want it to blow up because people are being changed. That's what it's all about. I need you to be more reactive and interactive with me. I want you to tell me, speak to your brother, tell me. And I want you to tell me, do you like the show? That's what it's all about. Do you like the show? Do you like the topics? Is there a topic that you want me to talk about? I'm here to listen to you. I want to help you in your family. Listen to me. Family is one of the most important things in your life. But if you are not right, and if your family is not right, you guys are going, but you're moving crookedly. That's a whole nother subject for another day. But I want to help restore your family because I believe in family. I'm the byproduct of having great family members. And I know you have a great family. You just need somebody to help you restore. If you need that help, please email me at dmpspeaks@gmail.com or call this number. Please, I need you to know that I'm here for you. Next is going to be one of time of interaction, information, because I want you to become the best version that you and your family can be. And until